Hello, hello. Are you ready for 8 tips for effective time management? Good morning. My name is Leslie Cadet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients get a handle on their mental clutter so that they're freed up to pursue their dreams and aspirations and turn their visions for their lives into their realities. Your time being well spent is so important for you to actually have the life that you want to live. It's really comes down to time management, effectively managing your time so that you can live the life that you want and the life that you love. So I wanted to come to you today to talk to you about 8 tips for effective time management because I know these things really have helped me manage my life and especially for where I am right now today in my world. So number one is setting goals. So setting goals, like what does that look like to you? What are you hoping to achieve? Like where are you at in your life right now? What do you want? Like be specific. Be specific about what it is that you want. And then be specific about what you need to do in order to achieve this goal. Is it attainable? You have to be realistic. Is it attainable? Is this something that's a really true goal that you've set for yourself that is really achievable, like something that you really could go for? And what is possible? And is it relevant? Does it match up with your life, like what you're doing with your life right now? So if you're starting a new business, your goals are going to be set around that. But what goals are you going to choose that will actually line up with where you are right now? Yes, we can have a goal, we can have a yearly goal, but right now, you need to know what your goals are specifically to this moment to get you closer to that goal that you have, the big goal. You have to have little goals. In order to be able to maintain your larger goal, you need to have little goals so that you can get through those, achieve those, and move on to the next thing. You can't just expect, like, okay, I'm going to have this and that's it. Like, just do some of the bigger things because the little things actually count. People don't realize that, but little things actually count. So set goals that are specific, attainable, and relevant to where you are right now, today. Number two, realistically prioritize your time. It's so important. What's important needs to be done today. So if say you've got a goal set for this month, you have to work backwards and think about, okay, so if I have a goal to meet by the end of August, then what do I have to do each week? Like work backwards. What do I have to do each week? What do I have to do each day? Sorry, what do I have to do this whole month? What do I have to do each week? What do I have to do each day? And then then you have to figure out like the timing, like how to figure that out. Does it fit within your day, your goals? Whatever it is, prioritizing your time, what you need to do today. Does it fit within your day with the other tasks? Or maybe it's a big task and it's only one that you can achieve today. Don't overload yourself. You'll be overwhelmed, and being overwhelmed doesn't serve you. Make sure that you complete whatever tasks that you have that are a priority. Do them before you do anything else. I stress this because if you put it off, you will not, you will find that it's going to be a lot harder to fit it in somewhere else. Maybe it's a two-part goal. So today you're going to finish this half of it, and tomorrow you have to finish the other half because it's a bigger goal, a bigger task. But you have to figure out really realistically prioritizing your time to make sure that it fits within your day with everything else that's going on. Is it important or urgent? Does it have to be done today, or can it be done at a later date? Is it even important at all? And does it fit in with what you're doing right now? Or does it fall maybe under the category, not right now category? Or maybe, is it urgent but not important? In other words, you think it's relevant, but when you've had time to really think about it, you've come to realize maybe it really adds no value to what you're doing right now. And if it adds no value, then is it really worth doing at all? So these are questions that you need to ask yourself. Number three, plan ahead. Super important. Best thing you can do for yourself, especially if you have something big to do, is to have a plan and map it out. Know what needs to be done. Figure out how much time you'll need to complete it and set a deadline. This goes hand in hand with prioritizing your time effectively. So yes, setting a deadline, even though you have goals, you think things you want to achieve, set a hard deadline, because that's going to keep you motivated to meet that goal, right? To achieve that goal. Number 4, just say no or not right now. You know, you're the boss of your time for the most part. If you have to decline an invitation to attend a networking event or a dinner or a party or a coffee date or a lunch date because right now time management is super important to you and you just can't fit in another thing into your calendar, or maybe you just can't take on one more urgent project right now in order for you to complete something effectively and efficiently, then you're going to need to learn when to say no or not right now so that you can attend to what's really truly important and urgent. If you cannot fit something in realistically into your schedule and that just doesn't fit within what you're trying to achieve, then you'll have to make a hard decision and decide whether or not it's something that can be revisited at a later date, hence saying not right now, or actually saying no altogether. Be self-aware of your time. You'll ultimately learn to avoid wasting time later on. Number 5, eliminate distractions that don't serve you well, like social media or our phones. You know, like we have our beautiful, beautiful cell phones. These things here. Love it. It's my life, obviously, because I use it for everything. Hi, good morning, Pamela. Thank you for joining. But when you think about it, if you just took time to put it away while you're working on your tasks, how much more could you get done? That you're not always constantly going here and saying, oh, you know, like you're on your phone, you're pressing because you get a ding. Oh, a message. Am I missing something? Or do I have to answer an email? Those things can be put into your time, but this is why time management is so important. Knowing when to spend time on social media, knowing when to put your phone away. Or you're going to be endlessly scrolling and all of a sudden you'll look and you'll think, oh wow, an hour has gone by and I've been on Facebook, and what have I achieved? Not really anything at all. Or if you work in front of a computer and you've got maybe a little bit of downtime, don't go onto your social media platforms when you're working to complete or achieve your daily tasks for the day. But if you do find yourself in social media, limit your time and stick to it. Because if you don't, it won't serve you to start endlessly scrolling and getting caught up in stuff that distracts and takes you away from achieving your goals. And that's the main thing, right? So learn to eliminate distractions that don't serve you well. And again, as I talked about in my live yesterday, maybe you have something that you need to have your head down, totally focused, and you need no distractions for an hour. Then make sure you communicate that to the people around you so that they will respect your time and respect you. And then you're also respecting them by, bringing them into the loop of what's going on, because they can't read your mind. Number 6, learn to delegate. I'm a firm believer in asking for help from others. For example, and the reason why I say that is because, I want to be really good at one thing, like what I do here, being an empowerment coach around mental clutter and really serving you, the community, well. I don't want to be a master of all things, where it comes to decluttering. It's a broad topic, and I want to just be able to help you in this arena. Why? Because it's where I have my experience, and because I know that this is something that's real and that can really help you. It's helped me, and so I know I've had the benefits of it. So for example, if you're not good at, so I'm just going to give you examples of other things that you might need help with. So you're trying to market yourself through your business online, but you're not good at marketing or branding. So hire someone who's clearly versed in that skill so that the job will be a job well done rather than half-assed by yourself. And so that you don't regret the product that you're putting out, because it won't match up with your vision, especially if you're doing it yourself and you're kind of like not sure and you're thinking that it's okay, but you're not sure, and then you're not happy with it. The same goes for working in an office setting with a team. Delegating part of a project to someone else who would be better at doing it would be more productive, and the end result would be more successful than if you try to do it alone. A lot of the time we're perfectionists and we think only we can do something right, but that's not true. Be a team player, and be a team player for yourself. So even if you're a team of one, have that mindset that if I need someone to help me with something that I'm just not good at, maybe I need to learn something, someone needs to train me on something, or maybe I need to delegate that task to someone else to do because I know they'll do it better, because why? That's what they do. So don't be afraid. Learn to delegate. Number 7, track your time. It's so important. So here I want to talk about chunking your time. So as I was saying, sometimes you'll have a goal for the month. So you want to make sure that you figure out what do you need to do each week, what do you need to do each day, and you chunk your time. So you have this much time that you need to do this task, this much time for this, to realistically look at something that, you're saying is priority, but maybe you're not realizing the time frame. So when you start something, write down the start time and the end time so that you can see how much time it is taking you to complete something. That's going to help you become more self-aware of where you need to maybe structure more time around a task because you realize it takes you a little bit longer and things like that. Chunk out the time frame that you expect something to take so that you can realistically measure your time. So you have time that you set aside for this task. So you chunk that in, you say maybe I need 2 hours to do something. And so then you start it, you write down the start time, and then you write down the end time. If you finish it before the 2 hours, congratulations. If you go over, then you realize, okay, now I realize, things like this need a little bit more time. So that's how you will learn how to track your time, how to properly chunk your time. And last but not least, it's truly important that you take time for yourself to recharge and rejuvenate. Hi, Ashlyn. Good morning. Thank you for joining. What does that look like for you? So does it look like yoga, meditation, a bubble bath? I like that idea. Mani-pedi. I love this next one, a spa day, because that's what I'm actually looking forward to doing for myself. Maybe you like getting outdoors and hiking, getting alone with nature, family time, or, planning a girls' night out. These are all things that you just need to think about taking time for yourself, because recharging and rejuvenating you makes you a better person. Good morning. It makes you a better person if you allow yourself to treat yourself to some downtime so that you can recharge and rejuvenate. You will thank yourself for it, because you will then be able to get back to everything else that life is throwing at you, and that the things that you've scheduled out for you to do. So again, I'm going to go back to the 8 tips for effective time management that I feel are the most important. They've worked for me. I love doing this. I'm a planner. I have a planner. I highly recommend it because you get to see your world at a glance, each month at a glance, which is what I love. And then you can have your day at a glance. So this is how I work. So number 1, set goals, be specific, make sure that they're attainable and relevant to where you are in your life right now. Not where you want to be in 12 months from now, but where you are right now in your life. Make sure that your goals are set around your month so that you can realistically, at the end of the month especially at the end of each day, you write it down and it's a win. You're celebrating your win because you're not trying to take on too big of a goal. You're chunking your big goal into smaller pieces. And each time you achieve that piece is one step closer to the bigger goal. But where are you at right now? Make sure that your goals match up with where you are right now. Make sure that they align with where you are in your life right now. So that comes to realistically, number 2, realistically prioritizing your time, what's important and what needs to be done today. Make sure that if you have priorities, that you finish them before you do anything else. And if it's important but not urgent, maybe you can look at it in a different way and think, well, when do I need to do it? Maybe I can revisit it at a later date. Or maybe you think it's urgent, but it's not important. That's kind of like you're saying to yourself, maybe I don't think it's as relevant as I thought it was, and maybe it just doesn't fit in with my life at all. So these are things that you need to think about when you're realistically prioritizing your time. Make sure that the goals that you're setting for yourself, the things that you're doing, actually fit in with where you are in your life right now. Make sure that they line up. 3, plan ahead. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, especially if you have something big to do. Have a plan and map it out. If you don't know what it looks like and you just get up every day saying, okay, I'm going to do this, how do you know it lines up with your goal? How do you know it lines up with your plan? How do you know it's going to line up to achieving that goal? Good morning, Ann. Thank you for joining. So this is something you really need to think about. Know what needs to be done, how much time you need to complete it, and set a deadline. If you set a deadline, that will put a fire under your butt. That will keep you accountable to you to do it. Some people believe that they don't have to look to others for guidance, and some people believe that they do need to look to others for guidance. And it's up to you. What do you need? Maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you need someone to keep you on the right track. So, and I think a lot of the time people who don't need that is because they already know who they are. They know what they need to do. They're in alignment with their life. But then there are others who kind of need that accountability, because if they don't have that accountability, well, then what happens then is they kind of fall off and maybe say, well, not today, I don't feel like it. So they procrastinate. So anyways, getting back to it, plan ahead, put a deadline. Number 4, just say no or not right now. Learning to really discern what's important based around where I am in my life right now. Is it important that I need to get it done today? That's my priority. Maybe it's just sometime today, or maybe it's at a later date to revisit, so that's not right now. Or maybe it just doesn't line up with me at all. So that's a no, right? So just learning to say no or not right now is going to really help you with your time management. Number 5, eliminate distractions that don't serve you well, especially social media with our phones. They're dinging, we're getting messages, text messages, Facebook messages. We feel like we need to look every time we're getting emails. Limit that time. So set aside that time to really, focus on social media, but give yourself just like a small amount of time, because you don't want to be endlessly scrolling through things. And get back to it when you have some downtime. You can go back again. Give yourself a few times throughout the day, but make sure that you're using that time very well. And make sure that if you need that time uninterrupted, people around you, you need to communicate that to them, that I need this time, no interruptions, so I can get this task done. Learn to be able to communicate, because they can't read your minds. Learn to delegate. That's number 6. Learn to delegate. If you can't do something by yourself, ask for help. I'm a big believer in asking for help. If I don't know how to do something, I'm going to reach out and ask other people, hey, can you help me out with this? Why? Because I'm going to do a much better job if I learn how to do something. Or maybe I can give that to someone else to do for me, because I know that they're better at it. They'll do a great job. I'll be happy. I won't do a half-assed job, and the product will look good. I don't want to be looking back with regret on that. If I think I can do it all by myself, that's being a perfectionist, and I don't need to be that, because it's just not serving me. So number 7, track your time and chunk your time. So chunk out your time during your day with the tasks that you've set aside for yourself to do. And realistically, give yourself the amount of time you think each task is going to take. Then I want you to, when you start each task, to write down the start time, and then when you're finished, write down the end time. That will help you to see whether or not the amount of time you allotted was realistic, or maybe you needed more time, or maybe, congratulations, you didn't need that amount of time. You only needed a short amount of time. So that'll show you how you actually use your time well, the things that you're really good at that you can just fly right through, and other things that you need more time to really work on. So tracking your time through chunking your time is really important. And last but not least, make sure, number 8, take time for yourself to recharge and rejuvenate, whatever it is, whether it's going to yoga, maybe it's taking time for meditation, maybe you like to get outdoors and you like to hike and you get out with nature and you do meditation there. Maybe you want to take a bubble bath or go to the spa. Whatever it is, whatever works for you, make sure that you take time for you so that you recharge, rejuvenate, so you can get back at it and do your job well. So I hope that was helpful today. I wanted to tell you a little bit about something I have that I'm excited about that's coming up next month. I am launching a VIP elite group where I'm really excited for this. There's going to be weekly worksheets, some challenges. There'll be a monthly Q&A live coaching session with me, so you can ask real questions, real time, get real answers. And I'm really excited for that. Open enrollment will be the first week of September, and then the enrollment will close down until the following month. I want to just keep it so real so that the first week we get the people coming in, joining the community, and then after that we get to work, and there's no distractions of other people coming in and trying to catch up. So I'm really excited. As I said, I'm going to be launching that in September, so stay tuned. I'll be showing some more information as I get this group built out. It's so exciting for me, and I can't wait to share. And again, I hope this was helpful for you. And if maybe you know somebody who really needs to hear this message today, just kind of to help them with their time management because they've been struggling a little bit, please feel free to share this video. I hope that it was helpful for you. Maybe you got something from it yourself. I want to say thank you to all of you who joined today and watched me live. And for those of you who are watching back, I really appreciate your support because I love to serve you. And having you show up with me is just amazing. So thank you so much. My name is Leslie Godet, and I'm an empowerment coach, and I help my clients get a handle on their mental clutter so they're freed up to pursue their dreams and aspirations and turn their visions for their lives into their realities. That's what I want for you. If you find that you are not where you need to be, take a look at how you are spending your time, because your time well spent will help you live the life that you want and the life that you love. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.